I am stunned, and I am angry, and I am disgusted by what I just saw in Game 3 of the NBA Finals from these sorry fill in the blanks. I'm sick at my stomach from having to watch tonight's second quarter and especially fourth quarter when the Oklahoma City Thunder, the prohibitive favorites to win the NBA championship, prohibitively favored by the most anybody's been favored in the last 20 freaking years, got run off the floor in the first game at Indiana, in the second quarter, and especially in the quarter, the freaking fourth quarter. I can't believe what I just didn't see from these guys. That was gutless. That was heartless. That was shameful. That hurt my soul to watch what happened to a team that has played so hard and so smart on defense all year long get shredded, embarrassed, overwhelmed in the second and fourth quarters, especially the final quarter at Indianapolis. Here we win again. Remember, the Thunder were favored at home in Game 1 by 9.5. At home in Game 2 by 11.5. At Indy tonight by 5.5, despite Caitlin Clark in the front row. And the big O, Oscar Robertson in the front row. And Reggie freaking Miller in the front row. And all the Pacer greats come back, blast from the past. Ron Artest. Mark Jackson. I could go on and on. The building was brimming over, spilling over with ex-star power and current star power because I'm convinced they were showing off for Caitlin Clark. They wanted to impress her in the front row, and did they ever when it mattered the most? This is what I can't take. The Thunder's trademark this year, in which they went 29-1 against the Eastern Conference, losing only one time at Cleveland, getting even with Cleveland 8 days later in Oklahoma City by romping and stomping them. They beat these Pacers twice. They had to come back from 15 down in the first half at Indy, but then they just pulled away over the last few minutes and just won going away. And then in Oklahoma City, they won cakewalk by 20. What they did all year, as you well know by now, they just played harder and more physically on defense than every single opponent. And tonight, they got out-hustled and out-muscled and out-scrapped and out-physicaled and out-desired. The Pacers just wanted that game way worse than the Thunder did. And I'm sick at my stomach from watching Thunder players get beaten to loose balls by Pacers. The Pacers just wanted the basketball when it was loose more than the Thunder. Here's the staggering stat so far in these finals through 3 games. I've told you so many times, my Thunder, my hometown Thunder, they survived and thrived on points off turnovers. I've told you again and again, they smoke you with P-O-T, points off turnovers. They ran the entire NBA off the floor with points off turnovers. And tonight, they lost points off turnovers 21-14 to the Indiana Pacers. They are now losing points off turnovers through 3 games to the Indiana Pacers, 42-39, because the Pacers want the NBA championship more than the Thunder want it. I thought this team led the league in desire, in willpower, in fight and scrap and want to. And they've run into a team that wants it more. And it just hurts me to my core because I believe so strongly in a team that tonight turned it over 17 times to only 13 for the Pacers. The Pacers on offense are so skilled. They are so in sync. They are so together that the Thunder can't figure out how to overwhelm them with smoked pot. Can't smoke these guys with points off turnovers because they just don't turn it over that much. First quarter, Oklahoma City comes out, did what I thought they'd do. They flexed. Chet flexed. Jalen Williams flexed. Lou Dort flexed. And it was 32-24. They led by 8 after 1. And once again, I still don't think they've taken this team seriously enough. And now they're in dire straits. Now Game 4 becomes a must-win for the prohibitively favored Thunder. They came out in the second quarter tonight, took their foot off the gas. Are we there yet? You guys going to quit now? You know they're not going to quit, especially at home. And the Pacers tromped the gas and kicked that ass. That's what they did in the second quarter. It was 40-28 Indiana in the second quarter. 40-28? And here came the Thunder. I don't know what Dagnall said at halftime, but he relit that fire under their asses. And here they came out and they played Thunder basketball for a whole third quarter, one quarter. They won 29-20. So the team from Indiana that scored 40 on them in the second quarter managed only 20 in the third quarter. And the Thunder flexed. They heaved a sigh. They yawned. You guys done now? I tweeted, they're not done yet. They're just getting started. Here comes little PJ McJordan. He's PJ McJordan. I don't know. They don't have an answer for him. I guess he's just too little. They don't have anybody little enough to guard PJ McJordan. He dribbles through them like he's a globetrotter. Creates, steals. He had 10 points and 5 assists, but mainly he had 5 earthquaking steals that just sent tremors through that building, lit that crowd. 5 steals from TJ McJordan. And then Mathurin comes off the bench. You know, when I least expected, he scores 27. He's out of his mind. And Halliburton, he's got to be aggressive early. He was pretty aggressive pretty early. He didn't go for 40, but he went for 22. 9 of 17 shots. So bench scoring alone was a complete annihilation. 49-18 bench scoring. 49-18. Yeah, you're right. Aaron Wiggins on the road just disappeared. Role players play way better at home. Caruso plays great either way, but they missed that 20-something from Aaron Wiggins tonight. They got 18 off their bench. The Thunder shot it okay, 48%. They made 10 of 23s. But they allowed Indy to shoot 51%. The Thunder missed 7 free throws to only 3 misses for the home team. And then the fourth quarter is an annihilation. It's an overwhelmation where the Pacers just took it back up a level and blew the Thunder off the Gainbridge Arena floor. Just blew them off the floor. It was 32-18. The Thunder could score only 18 in the fourth quarter and gave up 32. Nightmare. Disaster. 32-18. The Pacers made 13 of 21 shots. They made 3 threes. They made all 3 of their free throws. While the Thunder went 6 of 17. Chat went 1 of 5. SGA managed only 3 shots in the fourth quarter and made 1 and 1 free throw for a grand total of 3 points. You're not going to win if your MVP superstar, the best player on the floor, scores 3 in the fourth. And yeah, I'm going to say it and admit it. His brother from Canada, his Olympic teammate from Canada, Andrew Nembhard, has got his number. Nembhard ain't afraid of no Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and just gets up in his jock and just taunts and flaunts his physicality. And he gets in SGA's head. He got SGA to offensive foul him on the first possession of the freaking game tonight because he got in his head and he started it, and SGA's going to finish it, pushing, shoving. Looked like he was almost ready to throw a punch at Nembhard. It's the first possession of the game, and you're a mental basket case, SGA. The first possession of the game, and you let him do that to your psyche. And it translated into the fourth quarter. SGA's playing out of rhythm. He can't get a shot. Nembhard's all over him. Yeah, he can draw some fouls on Nembhard, but Nembhard's still on the floor at the end of the game, scratching, clawing, taunting, flaunting. He's got his number. They got Oklahoma City's number. They're laughing at the Thunder now because the Thunder keeps saying, we're the big bad Thunder. 5.5-point favorites. Indy. Hi, Caitlin. How are you? Big O over there. What's his name? Oscar Robinson? Hey, how are you? Oh, look, there's Ron Artest. Meta World Peace. Hey, Reggie Miller's in the house. How you doing, Reggie? We're the Thunder, soon-to-be NBA champs. Skip Bayless said so. He said so. He's been saying so. We got this. And they take their foot off the gas, and they still don't take the Pacers seriously enough until they are in the most serious hole you could be in. As prohibitive favorites, you're now facing 3-1 down in Game 4 at Indy in that same torture chamber that you just got tortured in the second quarter and the fourth quarter. You lost 1 by 12, 1 by 14. You got outscored by 26 points in the second and fourth quarters. And you are in trouble. You have been pushed to edge of cliff. They've got you now on the ropes because they've got your number. They know they can out-will you, out-heart you, out-gut you. They just know they can out-basketball you because they can play defense just as hard as you play defense. They might not be quite as talented on defense, but I'm starting to wonder because as dominant as Chat looked in the first quarter at 7 feet 1 inches tall, scored 20, Miles Turner just took him out of the game and made him look like he was 6 feet 1 inches tall in the fourth quarter. That's what he looked like. He looked like a baby, like a doe, like a deer. My God, they've got you right where they want you, and the onslaught will continue. Game 4, Friday night. I don't love the Thunder's chances now. I don't. I did. I first thought they could sweep. And by the way, they led all but, 0.3 seconds of the first 2 games. They're up 15 with 9 minutes left. game one, up 23 third quarter, and then as many as 19 in the fourth quarter of game two. It just looked like they were the dominant team. Looked that way in the first quarter. Looked that way in the third quarter. And all of a sudden, Indy is up 2-1 with game four in Caitlin's house. Man, I don't know if you can come back from 3-1. I don't know. You're not a comeback team. They're the comeback team. They're the ones. They've come back in these playoffs from 17, 17, and 15 against you guys. That's what put you in the hole. You took your foot off the gas, and they made 6 threes in the last 9 minutes of game one while you made none. And all of a sudden, they're looking deeper than you look. I thought you were the deepest team by far. Every time I look up, it's Nembhard. It's Neesmith. It's Mathurin. It's TJ McJordan. They're everywhere. Siakam looks like much of the time the best player on the floor. Halliburton at times tonight looked like the best player on the floor. You guys, you just got your hearts ripped right out of your chest. That's what just happened. And I don't know if you can grow a new heart by Friday night or not. So maybe we should start thinking about, can you go home and save yourselves just to be 3-2 down going back for game 6 in Indy, where then you'd have to suck it up. Maybe you're thinking, well, maybe we can do it in game 6, because I don't think you're going to do it in game 4. And nobody has believed in you any harder than I have until you took my belief and just vomited all over it tonight. Congratulations, men.